You're watching Taste the Victory.
Hey, hey, hey! X2 gameplay featuring a fan favorite today on the channel, featuring Gallantmon. Everyone loves that guy from Digimon Tamers. So I am going to be on the left playing Yellow Hybrids. This was at the Philadelphia Regional, so quite a bit of delay getting this footage up. But I came down with a case of COVID from this travel, so I had to wait for that to pass until I felt good enough to talk again. My opponent started the game off playing down the tie in Digivolving and Racing, and I'm just doing Yellow Hybrid stuff by playing down to Tamers. It does send you a bit behind in terms of tempo in the beginning, but like the Tamers themselves are so valuable and make up for their tempo long term in the game that it doesn't really matter if you're not building board, if you're just slamming down Tamers at first in Yellow Hybrids. And we do slam down the TK, which is a memory Tamer guaranteeing us 3 at the start of every one of our turns, and I get to look at my security and grab something, which is really important for consistency. Our opponent Digivolves and Raising up into the Growlmon that has an inheritable gain 1 memory when you delete an opponent's Digimon, and then it hard slams the Gallantmon, which searches for a Tocado and anything in the Gallantmon evolution line and lets you grab both if you see them. I go ahead and play down Zoe, passing turn, and that gives us the Zephyr out of security. It passes over to my opponent with 3, he swings with the Gallantmon, revealing another Tamer first check in security, which yeah, you run a lot of it in Yellow Hybrid, so it's really likely it's going to be in there, but that gives you another opportunity to grab out another important hybrid to our strategy, being Jet Sylphimon. Being able to Digivolve over a hybrid that has a Tamer in its sources for only 1 and then recover is just unbelievably broken. We see now, you could get a glance of my hand here that I have 2 of them in hand now, so even if I get low on security, I have a really good opportunity to recover up constantly. He plays down the memory boost, which lets him grab a Digimon, and he goes ahead and grabs that card there, adding it to hand and putting the rest at the bottom. I go ahead and move out because it seems like our opponent's been kind of struggling. They're barely getting to their War Growlmon now, so I have an opportunity here to kind of just aggro them, which is, and I probably have another rookie in hand if I'm being able to be this aggressive this early. So I'm gonna go ahead and Digivolve up, then recover that attack that he just did last turn. I mitigate it right away by going into a Jet Sylphie for 1, getting back to security, swing over it, because then if I swing the Patamon, I just trade. Here I'm thinking what we're gonna do next, and I am just gonna go ahead and aggro. Because as we've seen from the previous turns, if you've been watching the gameplay, he has been kind of climbing up a little slow. So I have some opportunity here to go ahead and aggro him down. I played the Reinforced Memory Boost, which reveals some amazing options for me. I get the regular Memory Boost, and then I get Wyverns. So of course I'm going to put Wyverns at the top of my security because it'll activate itself, deterring any swings, because that'll automatically delete it. So he pushes out the War Growlmon, which is 8000 DP, making him able to swing over my Jet Sylphie, getting him a draw off of his Digimon Egg because one of Gallantmon's evolution lines attacked, and then he gets to gain a memory and I believe draw another card off of the Beomon. Beomon is when attacking a Digimon, draw 1. So that gets them a lot of draws there, and then extra memory off of the Growlmon, so good for them. After that, they go ahead and play out Tocado, which is really important to the strategy of this deck by gaining you memory and helping you blitz. He plays out a Gallantmon to pass turn, putting me at 3, and that will let him search for another Tocado and something in the Gallantmon evolution line. Go ahead and start my turn. We don't get the memory off of Cody, because what Cody does at the start of your turn, if you control a yellow Digimon, you gain memory. Unfortunately, I don't get that since we have nothing on the field right now. Here I'm playing around, doing the math to see how much memory, what plays I could do if I spend that Reinforced Memory Boost right now. Instead, I'm just going to go ahead and Digivolve, going down to 1, because I started at 3. I have 2 memories to Digivolve into Cousinmon. Then I am going to go ahead and spend the Reinforced Memory Boost, putting me back up to 4, because it gains you 3 memory when you delay it. Then I'll Digivolve for 1 into Jet Sylphie. I believe this puts me at 6 security since I deterred the swing last turn. So now at the very least, he has something to swing before revealing the Wyverns that I put earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and clear his board by Digivolving to Shine Greymon. When Digivolving, tap all your Tamers, and then minus 4,000 to your opponent's board per Tamer. And since I had 3 out, that is 12,000 altogether, which is just enough to clear his board of 1,000 DP Gallantmon and 8,000 DP War Growlmon. So that is huge, setting him so far behind since he doesn't have a full stack, just a rookie in the racing area. And then he hard slams the Gallantmon and lets him warp Digivolve up. So he has an opportunity to come back here because he does have the red Tamer, he does have War Growlmon to be able to warp Digivolve into the old Gallantmon, or really any Gallantmon since it doesn't specify a specific one. But I'll go ahead and push out, swing. I have all the memory, so I can hard cast the Gatomon. Black Gatomon has Rush, so I'm able to swing with that. Then I'm going to go ahead and swing with Shine Greymon, who has a million memory, because a million DP because of his effect. I swing with the Salamon, so that is deleted, leaving him at 1 security. I play Zoe to look at my security, getting back another Zephyr, so I'm just able to go ahead and have a really good board presence right now, put pressure to have lethal next turn. And my opponent, I do believe here, is just going to go ahead and scoop it up from what I remember. But we're putting back my security. We grab back the Zephyr, and there it is. Yes, my opponent goes ahead and scoops it up because that board clear from the Shine Greymon was just absolutely devastating and pretty hard to come back from. It seems like this whole game he wasn't drawing too well either, so it's better to just save time in a tournament, which is really important, and just go to round 2 when you know like the comeback doesn't seem too likely. We open with a hand. We start off with Zoe. And Zoe thankfully does get us the Jet Sylphimon, which is really nice because we see how crucial it is to keep up momentum and build up our security so our opponent can't just OTK through it. Red is a color that is really good at OTKing, especially with the new Gallantmon strategy, because if you get up to Crimson mode, you just scarred a bunch of your opponent's security, not even triggering the bombs in it. So it becomes a really scary matchup for Yellow Hybrid, which is why in the previous game you saw I brought out the Rookie. I was trying to aggro a bit instead of holding steady because I don't want that coming out and like trashing all my security safely. I go ahead and play the Cody. Hero is a memory tamer, so that sets him to 3. So a pretty good start here for Yellow Hybrids because these are 2 very strong tamers. He digivolves all the way up into War Growlmon in his breeding area. And that is really nice there to just be able to come out and have a Gallantmon ready next turn. I go ahead and move out and start aggroing as like before because I probably have another Rookie in hand, and if I don't, I just want to aggro before Gallantmon Crimson will become a real threat. So I go ahead and digivolve up there from my hybrids into Jet Sylphimon, so now I'm at 6 security. I will now swing the Jet Sylphimon as well, putting him at 3 security already on turn 3, just trying to aggro out here. And then we have 2 Codys, so he has to clear board here right away because otherwise I'm going to gain tons of memory because +2 off the 2 Codys since I control 2 yellow Digimon right now. So he has to clear both of them. He's debating here. He moved out and then he's debating how he wants to answer board, what he's going to do with it. He has a memory tamer, so he has potential to climb up pretty high right now into his Mega without passing turn. However, he is at 3 memory, so there is some variations of Gallantmon he can go into without passing turn. I believe none of the new ones are 4 cost, only the old one was 4 cost, but he does delay it. He goes into the new Gallantmon, nice Altar, super sick. That gives him +2000 DP his turn, so he's naturally 14k on his turn. Then he's able to delete stuff with 6000 DP or less, and that goes up to 8000 if you have or rather the effect gets increased by 2000 if you have a memory tamer. I do believe that that effect deletes everything up to the certain DP threshold if I'm not mistaken, so but he's going to go ahead and swing over the Jet Sylphie, but I think that should have deleted it if I'm not mistaken. This was 2 weeks ago, back when the set was only out for 1 day, I think, so I'm not too sure about the effects back then. But I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Do let me know in the comments if I'm off still. But he plays the Gilmon to pass turn, and he's going to go ahead and grab that, I believe that was Growlmon there, and then return the rest of the bottom of the deck since he didn't reveal a Takato. So that is his turn there. So it was a good job clearing the board and presenting a pretty scary threat on board right now. So that is not going to let me gain memory because Cody does not count the breeding area, so I don't gain the memory. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass turn with TK, so I'm guaranteed 3 memory. And then I do grab the Rapidmon off of security, which is really important because that lets me delete his Digimon pretty easily because it does -5000 to up to 3 Digimon that are suspended. And then since I have the 2 Codys and Rapidmon is a dual color Digimon, I could swing it -2000 and bring it down to a DP threshold enough for it to swing over a Mega. So that is an incredibly dumb powerful level 4 card. So he's going to go ahead and swing in security with the Gallantmon. He's using his effect. So right now, because of Digimon, he's going to draw 1. Growlmon should give it a memory if he deleted something on board, which I had nothing on board. He reveals the Chimeramon, so he's totally fine there. He is at 3 memory right now, so he's going to Digivolve for 2 in the breeding area, going into the Greymon that gives you security attack +1, putting a lot of pressure potentially on me and my security. Then he Digivolves into the War Growlmon to pass turn, and I believe that is the old War Growlmon from the starter deck, so that one gives you security attack +1 when you delete something as it's inheritable. But I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve, push out of the breeding area, then Digivolve into the new Rapidmon, so that -5000 when he's 12,000 naturally, putting him at 7,000, and I have 6,000 DP, so I only need to tap 1 Cody, -5000, -2000, putting him at 5,000, and just like that, Rapidmon is able to swing over it. So like, yes, I get this is lore accurate, like Rapidmon Digivolves from the Digi-Egg of Destiny, so it's a really powerful Digimon in lore, so that, I mean, I guess that kind of works out, but like, that's just too good of a card for a level 4, even at 4 cost. It's just so powerful when you pair it with Cody. It's just amazing momentum that Rapidmon's ridiculous. So he's gonna go ahead and swing over it with War Growlmon. That lets him draw off of Digimon, and then he does trigger Armor Purge, so Gilmon, or rather Patamon, is left on the field. He has to find a way to delete that too, otherwise he's just going to give me another Rookie to go into another Rapidmon technically, which is the amazing synergy of Armor Purge on a Rapidmon. He's asking me here to count my deck, and we see, or rather my trash, I'm assuming for Gallantmon Crimson mode effect. He goes into the Gallantmon from the starter deck, so that lets him delete something on Digivolution, and he does delete my Patamon, so now I don't get any memory off of Cody, and also I don't have I don't have another opportunity to wrap it if I had it in hand. He does the memory boost and he grabs the Gallantmon off of that effect to hand, so he can hybrid for game potentially. I am for security. He does have quite a few security attack +1 effects in inheritables right now. So if he goes into Gallantmon Crimson mode and doesn't pass turn, that hybrid could potentially be lethal next turn. So I got to be able to find a way to answer this board right now. Digivolve up into Jet Selfiemon, so that gives me back up to 5 security, which potentially puts off lethal. I'm going to go ahead and swing in security since I don't really have a follow-up with the Jet Selfie, but it doesn't matter since it lives anyways. It lets me aggro down his security, which is really nice here. Can't trigger Cody or anything like that since it's not a dual color. Looking at my hand, we do see the Black Automon. We see another Jet Selfiemon. We see another rookie, but I don't see another hybrid to Digivolve up into another Jet Selfie. That would have passed turn right now anyway, so I think the best play here is going to put down another Tamer to be able to get what we need out of security. And then just in case if, like, we saw a Wyvern's Breath in there, but it didn't look like it was the first check. So the shuffle from TK makes your security mix up again. So maybe we get lucky, it goes on top, or, you know, somewhere closer to the top to stop all the security plus effects potentially of a Gallantmon swing here. So that's good. We get another hybrid that we were missing, so we're able to Digivolve up into a Jet Selfie again. If we survive another turn, he's going to delay the memory boost going up to 6, which is quite a bit there. So he's able to go into a Crimson mode here, I believe, without passing turn then. But he plays a Takato, putting him at 3 memory. Takato is really important to give these Digimon Blitz even if they pass turn. He does pass turn, putting me at 3 memory, going into the Crimson mode. So because of Takato, he does have Blitz. That is deleting something on Digivolution, I believe all of my highest level Digimon. And because of that, he's going to trigger all the inheritable effects as well. Blitz because of Takato. He's able to trash 1 security and then +1 for every 10 cards in my trash. He has security attack +2 right now, I believe, for 3 checks, even before after the trashing effects rather. So we counted my trash. I have like 10 and some change, you know, so not 20. So he's only 10 and something, so it's basically trashing 2, so that's really good to trash 2 to not activate it. But like as I was talking about, we have the Wyverns in security first check, so he doesn't even get the other security effects off, which is devastating because he had 3 checks off of the Gallantmon with the security plus effects, so he would have put me at 0 security. And as we see, he has a Gilmon in raising area, so I would have had to have won that turn, otherwise he would have had lethal next turn. But either way, I think I am able to win this turn regardless. I think he needed to win this turn because I'm at 5 memory with my Codys because I pushed out a breeding. So I'm able to just hybrid for game since he only had 2 memory left, or 2 security left. And as we see, the rest of the security was pretty devastating as well. So even if I didn't have hybrid for games enough, maybe I would have seen it off of that effect. So yeah, pretty potentially good matchup with Gallantmon. Gallantmon is potentially a good matchup into Yellow Hybrid because you are able to discard their trash, or rather their security. But I mean, if the Yellow Hybrid is just rolling security like crazy, you kind of just answer their board, you know? So pretty even matchup, I feel, overall. Definitely comes down to player skill and piloting. Really fun game. I love X2 and I can't wait for BT9. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought, what you want to see more gameplay of, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.